if you hadn't achieved your transformation and if you were still the version of you from 18 months ago, how do you think things would be now in terms of the example you were setting?
I don't think it would be good. I'd probably be pretty depressed right now.
Vanessa, welcome back to the podcast. Awesome to have you back. Obviously, we spoke last year. Yeah, really looking forward to talking about everything to do with your journey, how you've got to where you are today, because obviously you've completely changed as a person, physically, mentally, which is awesome for me to see. Hearing about lessons you've learned, how you've achieved it. First thing I just want to talk about from the start, if we just rewind to the start of your journey, how would you, I know it's quite a long time ago now, so it might be difficult to think about, but how would you describe that Vanessa at the start, like when we first spoke?
Yeah, sad, defeated. It's always like, those are always the words that come up, right? So just not confident in myself, hating the way I looked in the mirror, wouldn't look at the mirror, just, bad feelings all around whenever I would look at myself, you know, just no confidence at all.
What would you say was going through your mind specifically when you was like looking in the mirror?
Is this the way I'm going to be for the rest of my life?
Did you believe that?
I did believe it at the beginning because I'd started just before my own exercise thing before I started with you. And I literally thought, if this doesn't work, nothing's going to work anymore. I'm getting to that age of my life. I've seen people around me that just never change. And I'm like, well, that's me. That's going to be me for the rest of my life. And I didn't want it to be me, but then I just thought, well, that's it for me. I'm just going to be this person now.
What do you think led you to that point of thinking that you might not be able to change then?
Because I was working out so hard before you know, doing the exercise and getting up at 3:30 in the morning and nothing was changing.
What, just like an app on your phone, like exercises?
Yeah, just one of those
stuff?
exercise apps. So I decided in December 2023, I was like, my clothes aren't fitting. So I'll join up because I want to, like, the cheapest option at that time. It was during COVID. I wasn't really earning that much money. And I'm like, I'll just do it myself. I'll just go to the gym, and nothing was changing for like a good 5 and a bit months before I spoke to you. Yeah, just flogging myself, gymming it, like going to the gym for over an hour 5-6 times a week.
So you were still... It was like 5 months, but you were still just like trying. Not, I didn't change my food. That was probably the biggest problem. Probably.
But well, it was in the end. But, you know, I was doing the fasting as well, and that just wasn't working for me anymore. It was like crushing my soul because I went, well, I'm working out, nothing's working. What do I do now? You know what? There's either make a big change or just realise that this is going to be the way I am. Yeah.
So you were sort of like on the edge with that, like it's like sort of a bit of a crossroads, really.
Crossroads, yeah. And then, you reached out to me that Feb before, and I was like, oh, listen, I don't want to waste your time. Don't worry about it. Like, I'll come back to you if I want to. I remember us chatting. And then that was when I saw Joanne's progress and Zai's progress in the May. And then I'm like, yeah, that's it, Jack. I'll meet up with you. I actually met up with another coach before you. Yeah. But I just didn't vibe with those people at all. And then I was like, okay, let's meet up, Jack.
And here we are.
And then you got stuck with me.
Yeah, no, that's so cool. So seeing Joanne, obviously one of our other clients, her transformation and her husband's eye, that was a big like shift. Like, that was sort of like the moment for you?
That was it. I was like, listen, I can see someone else doing it as well. You always see people do it, but I think it just hit me with those two especially. Like Zai's transformation was amazing. It still is amazing. Like I always say to him, the original legend. But yeah, seeing Joanne's transformation just clicked something inside me as well because we're similar age.
Yeah.
You know,
you can sort of relate.
Can relate to her a lot more as well. So yeah.
That's definitely a big moment for people where they see someone they know or someone that they can at least like relate to, right? Because you see loads of people achieve things on the internet and social media, right? But I think when you can see someone you can relate with, I think that's a very powerful thing.
Major. And like, you know, similar, but like I'm Italian, she's Greek, like we have those backgrounds as well with very food orientated. It helped me out in going, you know what, I can do this too.
Yeah.
And I did.
And you've done it. I did
it.
Yeah.
My goodness. It's still a shock. It's still a shock to the system sometimes.
I was going to say that, like, obviously, you know, speaking about there, how you were feeling at the start and now being like, look, I'm here now. Like, is that a weird feeling?
It's so weird. Even more so now since it's been, I think 18 months since we started. It's really quite strange thinking about where I first started and then going through and I'm like, am I going to go back to the way I was? And now knowing like I don't want to go back. You can say a million times that you don't want to go back, but the systems that are in place or the consistency that I've had for that amount of time, you know what, I've had my ups and downs, but knowing like this is my routine now, this is where I have to go, this is what I need to do, I don't ever want to go back.
And you know you're not going to as well, because it's I know it's sometimes difficult for people when they've been in that cycle for so long before the coaching and before they've joined us, always fear like slipping back. But I think now obviously you've gone through the phases properly, you've done the program, you know, you've really invested yourself, like your time and your energy into the program. You're like at that point now where you've built the systems, you've built habits, you've changed your mindset, you know you're not gonna go back, and you're not operating from like a place of fear. You're just more, you just know that this is how you are now, rather than I think a lot of people they're really like fighting hard with themselves, like, I'm not gonna go back, I'm not gonna go back. But I feel like, I mean, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you're at this place now where you're just like, no, like, you know, I know what things are going to be like now. Yeah, and like, because, you know, when you first start, you want to get to that spot. And like, you know, the first photo shoot, I was like working hard. This year has been a bit different for me, like with the preparation, and obviously we were doing muscle building and everything like that. And then it was time to cut again. And you know what, I probably wasn't as strict as I was last year, but still had great results. And I knew 4 or 5 weeks before the shoot in Brizzy, I got sick. And in the past, I'd be like, oh my God, I got sick. It's just going to undo everything. I can't believe it. Like, I'm going to ruin it. It's not going to work anymore. And then all of a sudden, I remember messaging you. I just messaged you and I'm like, you know what? I'm glad it's happened now instead of like closer to the shoot, because I can try and kick it closer and just hit as much as I can. And that's a different mindset now. It's not the all or nothing. It's not the, oh, well, stuff it. I'm just going to keep going down that trajectory and going back to the way I was. I know what I need to do. Yeah, that's a crazy mindset shift. It's crazy. That's a crazy mindset shift, because to change your, you know, emotional response and your thoughts to a situation like that, like getting ill just before you're going to be doing a photo shoot, is it's something that just happens as well, because it's like, right, I'm ill, what's my response? Like, and that for your initial response to change is a pretty big shift. It's huge. Yeah. You've helped me get there. No, it's so cool. Yeah. It's just quite strange. Like, you know, people ask for advice, or, you know, obviously people have seen what I've done and they're like, well, what do you do? And I went, it's not an all or nothing. Just see where you've come from. Get those milestones and keep ticking them off and just keep going, you know. Like the muscle building that I've done in this past year has been crazy. And like that's another milestone tick. So yeah, that's so cool. Yeah. 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 And then down, like now you was at the last photo shoot a couple of weeks ago, like flexing your muscles with Lissy. Trying to get her to flex her little muscles. She's like, Mummy. And I'm like, if you keep on eating, you'll actually put on more weight and then you'll get muscles like Mummy. And even Sebastian, he just sits there and he's like, Mummy, do I have big muscles like you? And I'm like, not yet. But you will, mate. It's fine. That's so cool. But yeah. What's that been like going throughout the muscle building? Yeah. In that shift from obviously doing the dieting before to then focusing on like muscle building, like how would you say you found that transition? I won't lie. Yeah, it's a bit hard. It's very hard. Yeah. Grew up in the era of like, make sure that the scales are down, right? Yeah. And that was a big mindset shift for me. And I think it's something that's going to always be ongoing, because everyone looks at the scales. Like, you know, I was born in the 80s and 90s and 2000s. People just wanted to be skinny and like, you know, you had to be that stick thin or you had to look a certain way. And then just going from like hitting that goal of 68 and then having to put weight on to build the muscle and then like going back down again. And, you know, it's hard. It's hard. And it's a constant like learning tool as well. It's okay. Like, you know, I think I'm about 42, 43 kilos now, which is heavier than what I was at the shoot last year, but I've got muscle. So knowing that it's mostly muscle, it's not fat, you're doing it the right way. But yeah, it was crazy, because all of a sudden you're like, come on, eat more calories. And I went, I don't want to. I just don't want to. But I did, and I got the muscle. But getting to that body shape that I've always wanted, which is that fit athletic. You know what I mean? You said 42 kilos. What were you saying there? I was. You mean 72? 72 kilos. Yeah. Did I say 42? I thought you said 42, so I just wanted to clarify that. No, I was 72 to 73 kilos. I don't know. Maybe I misheard that, but I just wanted to clarify that, because I was like 42, definitely not 42. No, definitely not 42 kilos. But no, I understand what you're saying. Like with you know, the changes in the body weight and everything. It's that's why I think just the education part is important, because some people, they won't have the confidence going into like a muscle building dieting phase because they're only focused on the scale. Obviously, like when you're dieting, you know, the scale is important and like we're tracking your progress and everything. But yeah, I think people then, they only learn that one way of doing it.
Yes.
And that's why you need to focus on all the phases of the coaching. And like, that's why they're there, right? Is so that you can learn that. So you're not just in that dieting mindset forever. Some people hear that and then they're like, oh yeah, okay, I'm not going to focus on the scale at all. But it's like, you know, there's a time and a place for it. Like, you know, you do need to focus on it, but also you need to take a step back and like think of the bigger picture, I think, as well.
And that's it. Like, you know, you posted that video, the AI video of like someone starting bigger and then getting smaller, obviously through the dieting phase, and then doing that muscle building, you know, and it kind of clicked with that as well. Like you might weigh a little bit more, but you were going to be leaner than whatever you were before. Like the clothes fitting is insane. Like,
yeah. That's what it's about.
It's all about like just feeling confident and that's the biggest thing for me is I feel strong. I feel really, really strong. So
yeah, that's the main thing. You know, your body composition, how you're feeling. Yeah, that's what it's all about. So like just seeing all those things come together is awesome. It's I think it's important to talk about that stuff because some people, they won't talk about some of those things that they've struggled with you know, the muscle building and those types of things. So it's good you're honest about that. You know?
I'm always honest, you know that, Jack. But that's the thing though, like it will always play with my mind. I won't lie, like it will, but the mindset shift is it's going to be okay. Like sometimes I have to talk to myself once a week in the mirror and go, you know what, you're building it for a reason.
You made a lot of progress with that. That shift in your mindset. And you know, there's always going to be things in your life where you know, maybe aren't feeling like super positive about something, whatever it is, but you just, you have that reflection, you have that chat with yourself and be like, right, okay, is this actually true? What does this actually mean? Yes. And you just sort of question it a little bit and then you put an action plan in place. You're like, right, okay. And then you just move forwards.
That's right.
It's like momentum, putting one foot in front of the other, stacking your wins.
Correct. Consistency. Just keep on being consistent and you'll see it.
Definitely. So in terms of your goals, when we first started, then we've spoken about that past version of Vanessa. So that version of Vanessa, what were her goals at the start? Like, what was it you really like, besides from just getting a bit healthier, getting a bit fitter, really what were the reasons for you behind wanting to lose the weight and changing physically?
For me, it was like, I just wanted to be feeling like me again, just not trying to squeeze into clothes that just don't fit me anymore. The energy. Wanted to get energy back, show my kids that if I can do it, you can. It was more about having that confidence back. I always had that confidence. Like when I was a flight attendant, you know, I'd strut through the airport and I'd be like, I'm a flight attendant, I can go on this plane. And then obviously like, because I changed careers as well, I lost a bit of that confidence. I'd put on the weight and now I know that everything's okay. Like I got that confidence back again and my kids now want to be healthier.
That's so cool.
Fitter, like, you know, would love them to eat less sugar, but
That's
it's
awesome,
never going to stop.
Do you think the confidence has, that was having an impact on how you were there for the kids and like the example you're setting? Like, do you think those two things were linked?
I was definitely more, listen, I'm not going to lie, parents are short-tempered. Like I do get short-tempered now sometimes. I do feel overwhelmed. It's normal. But like I would literally snap at absolutely everything. But like better. I'm trying to teach them as well. Like we need to take deep breaths. We need to be calm. Things can get overwhelming, but just got to step away or I'm teaching them now, like how you want to be treated. Treat that person how you want to be treated. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Of course. Yeah.
So
I think, obviously I'm not a parent, but from working with a lot of parents, I know that's like a massive goal for them, like making sure they're feeling better, energy wise, like for themselves, and to pass that on to their kids as well.
Correct.
And you know, it's always going to be, there's always going to be stresses in life, and obviously having kids is like a massive responsibility. When people are not having as much energy for their kids, or they may be a bit more short-tempered than they would like to be, like snapping with them a little bit more, it's then, you know, it's not a good feeling for the kids, but then it's also not a good feeling for you, and it's just like a bit of a cycle. That's what I've observed.
Massive cycle. And you just kind of like, I'll do better again tomorrow, and then it happens all over again. But, you know, with the kids as well, like confidence, while Sebi has confidence, he's fine at the moment, but Lissy doesn't have a lot of confidence. She freaks out. So me doing this and just showing her like, hey, listen, mummy did it too. Trying to give her something to strive towards every term so that she gets that confidence as well. Because, it's really, I want to show her like girls can do anything. We can go through. Yes, you know what? You don't need to have someone holding your hand the whole time. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm trying to get her into things to feel more confident and bringing her to shoots so she can see mummy like, you know, flexing her muscles.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, you can do it as well. And she gets confident in front of the camera, you know?
Yeah, that's so cool. That's great to see. So, I was going to say that actually, like, obviously she came to the last shoot last year, your first one. And then, obviously the one a couple of weeks ago in Brisbane, she came to that. And there's literally a year in between those two. Yeah. And I feel like even from me just observing, I felt like she definitely had more confidence even in herself just between those two. Have you found that as well?
She has, like, you know, in a way. So I'm like, come on, let's flex our muscles. She's like, okay, mummy. You know, it's you say you're a product of your environment, right? So it's who you surround yourself with. And she's like coming into that personality now, you know, like she's only 8, but she's getting into that preteen stage where she's starting to, like, you know, get her confidence up now. So I'm like, you know, surround yourself by people that you want to be surrounded with, the kind of like-minded people in a way, but be okay to say no too. Yeah. You know,
and she's surrounded by you as well. Like that's why.
I know. Mummy never, like, you know, dulls things down. Maybe I'm a bit too honest, but yeah, I try to explain things to her as well as I can.
Yeah.
And just lead by example. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. That's the biggest one.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you hadn't achieved your transformation and if you were still the version of you from 18 months ago, how do you think things would be now in terms of like the example you were setting?
I don't think it would be good. I'd probably be pretty depressed right now. And she would be seeing that and going, well, why do I have to do this if you're not going to do it yourself, mum? They feed off your energy. And that's what I've seen as well. Like she now wants to run around because we just got a puppy. She wants to run around all the time. Like it's so funny. I said it to Carlo last night. I'm like, look at them outside. They're actually outside playing with the puppy, whereas they would just normally just sit on their iPad. And just wait until bedtime on their iPad and then, you know, continue on. She wouldn't be the kid that she is now, I don't think. She wouldn't want to try anything. She'd just sit inside. That's it.
Yeah.
Because mummy and daddy do it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like you said, you know, you are a product of your environment with that. And yeah, obviously that's a big goal for parents is being able to provide the best life possible for their kids. And I think as I've seen from coaching so many parents like that is it all starts within you as well.
Yeah, that's it.
Like how would you say then you feel knowing that you are setting that example for her and like the changes in her confidence are like pretty tied to you and the example that you're setting, like just from like being that inspiration?
Yeah, it just makes me want to keep going. Yeah, I just want to keep going and just so that we can do hard things and keep on going from there. Yeah, I am glad that I took the step just so that I can put that confidence back into the home, be a better version of myself and be a better version of a parent that I can be. But yeah, everything's tied together. Like, I'm so glad that I took that step. I keep on saying it over and over again. It's like I wouldn't be where I am now. I wouldn't have inspired some people to do what they're doing. And that was my biggest thing is I just wanted to inspire it and then inspire my children. And obviously I inspire my children first, but yeah, just lead by example.
And you have had a big impact, not just on your kids, but you have had a big impact on a lot of other people as well. So
yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, how does that feel?
It's a bit insane. Proud. Really proud. I just wanted to inspire one person.
You've done that,
yeah. I know, I did. And like, it's kind of weird. It's so strange. I know that sounds strange to say it, but it's so cool just knowing that some people have actually started this journey because I decided to take that leap.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of my friends that have done it. You know, Claire's one of them. She's coming on. You know, there's a few people and it's just really, it's a really cool feeling. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And like, you know, you just don't expect it. And then when someone says it, like I remember ringing up Carlo after and just went, oh my God, someone just said that it was because of me. Yeah. And he just goes, see, I told you. And I'm like, yeah, but it's so weird. It's so weird, but it's so cool.
You don't realise. Yeah.
No, you
and
don't.
Obviously you got started because of Joanne's progress and you know what that changed internally for you with how you felt. And now obviously it's a domino effect. Obviously you've put the work in, you've made the changes, but for that starting of the process to happen with seeing her progress and getting that inspiration from her, you know how much of an impact it's had with that domino effect with you. So then for you to then like actually take a step back and realize that you've now done that for other people is like pretty insane.
Mind blowing.
Yeah.
It's not just my journey, it's everyone's journey now. So it's just, just keep on putting one foot in front of the other, take that step, just keep going, keep going, keep going.
Yeah.
You're going to get that version of you that you want.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's so exciting.
Yeah. And now we've got third photo shoot.
I know. Yeah, I'm crazy doing 2 back to back.
So for that past version of Vanessa,
Yes.
specifically, what would you say she was struggling with to, in terms of like not achieving her goals? Like, why do you think you were stuck? Obviously, you were doing the sort of generic apps and stuff.
Yeah.
But other than that, do you think there was any other reasons why you were just like stuck at that point? Like, because obviously 5 months is a long time.
With just the versions that a lot of people probably will be listening going, oh, that's me now. But I eat healthy, can only eat this, don't eat carbs. Oh my goodness, it's the weekend, stuff it. Let's just eat everything. Let's drink everything. Oh, I'm going to start on Monday, going to eat that chocolate bar.
Okay, so just like a general all-round
was like,
it, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I was fasting a heap before, and like I just not eat for like hours. Like I wouldn't eat until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And it was a generic, like I'll just eat everything under the sun, not really calorie counting, not doing any of that stuff. And then if I did eat everything then yeah, it wasn't any of that changes like we made together. Or I would be like, don't eat carbs, don't eat this, just eat veggies and meat.
Yeah.
And then if I ate a chocolate bar, I'd just, don't worry, start again the next Monday. That's okay. So that's why it didn't work for me, because I wasn't really watching what I was eating. I would either eat everything or I would punish myself and just wait again for the next week.
That's a super common thing, like this all or nothing mindset.
Yeah.
Where do you think, well, you might not know, but like where do you think that came from for you?
Just like what I was doing before. Now, I loved all my old trainers. Like, I'm friends with them still, but it was pretty much broccoli and chicken. Eat broccoli and chicken, get rid of everything that you can't eat. Like, don't eat any chips, don't eat any chocolate. Like, anything that's bad in your fridge, get rid of it.
Yeah.
So, and that kind of brought on that mindset of I had to eat chicken and broccoli. It still gives me the heebie-jeebies. I love chicken and broccoli now because I put like a lot of stuff with it.
Yeah, you make it actually taste nice.
Make it taste nice. But yeah, like just eating the same meal over and over and over again that had no taste. And then I would eat a chocolate bar and then I'd be like, oh, stuffed it now.
Yeah, it's the mindset behind that, like behind eating the chocolate bar, like almost punishing yourself. Obviously, that a chocolate bar, like it's not going to be the best thing in terms of achieving your goals, but it comes back to having the balance. And if you absolutely love chocolate bars, and then you just like try and cut them out completely,
you're going to eat it tenfold later.
You get to a point like you're at now where you know how good you feel and you mainly want to eat whole foods, like you mainly want to eat them like 80-90% of the time.
Correct.
But then it's just like, right, that little 10%, we're all human. Like, you're going to go out and eat at a restaurant, or like, Christmas is going to come around or something, you're going to have a few chocolates. Like, it's completely fine. And people, though, that stay in that old mindset, they then will, when something like that happens, they will just tell themselves that they're like a loser. Like,
correct.
They're not going to achieve their goals. Was that the same for you?
Yeah, same for me. Whatever. Like, I'm not going to get it. Don't worry, start again next week. Oh, why? Why do I keep on doing this to myself? Come on, be strict. You can do this, do this, do this. Come to the weekend and then I'd eat like, 5 or 6 chocolate bars in a row and an ice cream and a party bag of chips, and then I'd just be angry at myself all the time. And now it's just like...
Yeah, that's a big thing, like just being angry with yourself and you're just not feeling good when you're doing the day-to-day actions.
That's it.
What would you say for you then has been the biggest thing in just like trying to change that mindset? Like how would you say you've done that?
It's one day. It's okay. Like Christmas Day, it's just one day. You know what you need to do. And also, I would make myself really yummy things like these pancake bowls, so then I didn't feel like I was restricting myself either.
Yeah.
Just looking at recipes that I could actually eat that were healthy for me, but also gave me that sweet hit as well. I remember once messaging you and going, oh my God, I used to eat a whole packet of Ferrero Rochers or something. And I can have one now or two. And I know this sounds weird, and when you're not in this mindset or you haven't been doing it, you're like, oh, as if you could only have one or two, right? But I'd have one or two and I'm like, I really enjoyed it. I took it in, I saved, like,
more mindful
just
of it. Yeah.
Was really, really mindful. Then if I had a day like I've had, Christmas Day again for this photo shoot, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's just one day, just get back onto it again tomorrow. Like, it's one day, you're not going to put on, your weight might go up the next day because obviously like the salt and, water retention and everything, but like it's not going to affect everything. It's what you do after that.
Yeah.
I think that's affected my mindset. Like,
I think a lot of people stay stuck at that point as well, because of the all or nothing mindset. They then don't even bother really looking for like low calorie recipes or anything, or like how they can make things that they enjoy lower calorie, because that's something obviously, you know, we're big on, like making the swaps of like, right, where are you at right now? What can we, rather than just creating a whole new diet, just like what can we swap in and out to just so it's a bit more custom for you, and you're not having to shift so much, so it's more like little changes. But I think people, when they're in that massive sort of all or nothing mentality, they'll almost, like with the chicken and broccoli, they'll almost have those things to punish themselves. Like even with chicken and broccoli, like you can make it taste nice, like just like literally add some like salt and pepper, some seasonings, like you know, some low calorie sauces, whatever, like you can actually make it taste really nice. But I think people then, because they've done the quick fix things, the fads, the challenges, they will almost associate weight loss with struggle. So they'll be like, right, how can I make this chicken and broccoli absolutely suck?
I know, and like just keep on going from there. But yeah, it's just so crazy. Like you would get a lot of stress as well going out and having functions. Like my role, I have a lot of functions, and I had to get over that last year and get into it this year as well. And I can't go. Like before coming to work with you as well, I'd be like, oh, I can't go. What do you mean? I have to eat something other than chicken and broccoli. Now I can have the meal. Like I look at what we have, and sometimes you go to those places where you can have like one person has one set meal, and I would look at it and go, hey, did you want to swap with me? Because I knew that was a better version. I still enjoyed the meal. You know what I mean? I used to have a lot of anxiety about going to do things because it's not chicken and broccoli. Of course, it's going to undo everything I've just done. But now I don't have that anymore.
Yeah, that's a massive just like limiting belief, I guess, of like why would you say that's like a big reason maybe as well why you didn't get started, or is it just something that like along the way you felt negative about?
Yeah, I just didn't want to. I wanted to see if I could do it myself, and then restrict, and then knew that wasn't going to work for me anymore.
I think some people do that, the restricting as well, though, just to almost like keep it simple in their brain. Like, I don't really know how to eat out and stay on track, so I'm just like not going to do it.
And then just stay home and then get more depressed, and then just eat those chips and the chocolate and do everything, and then just not get the goals that you want, you know. You have taught me about balance and how it works, and, you know, you can have that pizza. The pizza thing. You can have that pizza, have veggies with it. You can still eat out. You can still enjoy it. It doesn't mean you just have to have a salad. Just change it up to a way that you want to eat it and still enjoy your time. Have the birthday cake. Yeah. I've had plenty of birthday cake.
I think the balance is a key word there.
Balance.
Yeah. But some people misinterpret the word balance, and they think that it's causing like a lack of results, like I'm having balance so I'm not going to progress. But like, what would you say to those people?
Well, I feel like you probably have lack of results if you don't have that balance, because in the end you might sit there and eat perfectly Monday to Friday, but then the weekend you're all of a sudden going, I really wanted that chocolate, and then you end up eating a lot more on the weekend. Whereas if you just give yourself a little bit, just a bit, I changed my way of eating, right? Because I enjoyed the results that I was getting as well. But like I gave myself that balance of, you know, enjoying the sweet treats as well, but maybe getting a different option that still sated that, you know. I feel like if you restrict yourself too much, or you don't make those slight changes, in the end you're gonna end up either putting on more weight or going, oh, this isn't working for me, why is it not working for me, you know?
I think the balance is where you're going to thrive, like long term. Like, and the balance it's not just like one size fits all. I think it's for some people the balance looks like different. So you know about like the 80-20 rule of like 80% you want to eat whole foods, 20%. For some people, you know, they're starting off right at the start of their journey and they're like 100% like 0% whole foods. So for them it's like, okay, maybe let's go like 80-20, but like the other way, like 80% processed, like loads of sugar, like all that stuff, right? And it's like shifting that over time. So I think it's the balance is going to be different for everyone, really.
Everyone. And it depends on what you like as well. Some people more sweet, some people more savory. Like, where do you put that balance in as well, you know? My biggest thing is like, you know, the more you restrict yourself, I feel like the bounce back later is going to affect you more. You might lose all this weight at the beginning by doing a quick fix of just restricting yourself on those things that you like, but then you're probably going to end up which is what happened to me. I put on my weight plus more. in the end. And this time, not happening.
Nope.
Nope, not happening.
And obviously earlier we spoke about me, well, we had a conversation first off, and then you were like, oh, I'll reach out if I need help.
Yeah.
So we obviously didn't get started then, but then it was like a few months, and then we ended up getting started. So from your perspective at the start, what would you say the reasons why you didn't want to get started at that point? Like, do you think you just weren't ready, or you think like what was all like going on in Vanessa's mind?
I reckon I could do this myself. I want help, but I don't, like, I'll do it myself. We'll see how I go, because obviously around that time as well, money. Like, money is always the biggest thing in everyone's mind at the moment, right? And I'm like, as much as I want to spend money on you, I think I'm just going to see if I can do it. That's it. And, you know, it ended up in the long run being more detrimental to me, I feel like, because it did kill my mindset a bit. But I wasn't ready to commit to you, because I had that mindset also of, if I commit to you, I don't think I'm ready. I'm not going to do it. It's not going to work.
Right.
And I don't know. I feel like that drive was there to lose the weight.
Yeah.
But it wasn't there to make certain changes. Does that?
No, that does make sense, because there's a difference between being ready to lose weight and being ready to do the things to lose the weight. Yeah.
That's it. And like, you know, I've said to people, and I've told you that, don't join. Don't do it. You're not ready. You're not ready. I don't sit there and throw it down people's throats. I'm like, you know, this is what I did. You want to do it, go ahead. I said, I'm kind of glad that I was honest with you as well. And I said, I'm not ready for you yet. I'll reach out in the future, because I feel like if I didn't get the results, I wasn't ready. I just wasn't ready. If I didn't get the results back in that February when we first started talking, I probably would never have gotten the results. I would have just spent the money and just gone, oh yeah, I'll get to him eventually. But I had this hunger. When I saw you in May, or spoke to you in May, I think, or beginning of June, I had this hunger, and I'm like, yeah, no, this isn't working. Like, I got to do it now. And I feel like when you're talking to certain people, and you probably would say that this is as well, you know where people are kind of at. They want to do it, and they're curious about how it's going to work, but they're going to either commit or they're not.
They need to be ready to get started, and like be ready to get the momentum going straight away, and get the wins going. Because if you start something and then you're not ready to be coachable, the only thing is, like, are you ready to be coachable? Yes. Like, obviously the reason why you are where you are, if you're not happy, is because of the things you've been doing to get there, like your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions. So you're at that point because of, you know, those things specifically. But the only two things you really need to have to be able to become that version of yourself that you want to be is, one, like that real drive together, like you're motivated, which obviously you did have the first time. But the second thing is believing that you can do it, and like being ready to be coachable. Because if you're not ready to be coachable, you're not, like, that's literally the thing that's changing the thoughts, beliefs, and actions. So if you're not being coachable, can't change those things, and that's what's needed to change to get to where you want to be. So
that's it. And I feel like, listen, I still had my reservations when I first made that step to join with you as well. How's this going to work? What's it going to do? Like, that kind of thing. But I was ready just to give you the reins and just go do it. Like, do what you can to help me. Give me some sort of direction, because obviously what I'm doing isn't working. What I've done in the past hasn't worked for long term. I was nervous, even on our chat when we had that video call the first time we met. I was like, oh, I don't know. And I remember, oh, stuff it, just take my money, whatever. Just take the money out, just do it. And then, you know, and I had to trust you too. It is all about that trust. What is going to be different this time around, and trusting that you can help me, because you've done it before.
You need to have the trust and belief.
But I have to have the belief in myself as well.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. You have to have belief in yourself that you're ready to make changes, but also, belief that it's going to work, and, you know, in the program. So I
know that I did the hard work and everything, but you were the one that helped lead me there. So always indebted to you, Mr. Jackup. The legend, the man. If it wasn't for you, I think you came in when I needed you the most. So
it's my pleasure. Obviously, like you said, you obviously put the work in as well, which has been awesome to see. Obviously, you were, though, before you were trying for like 5 months. You said, like, the other stuff. It's interesting that you still weren't, you know, despite 5 months of trying and not seeing results. Like, when we first initially spoke, you weren't ready. It's just like interesting, obviously, trying something for that long but still not being ready to, like, take the leap. Like, why do you think that was? Do you think that was because of the belief in yourself, because of the results from that thing? Or
seeing Joe's results really, really helped me. Like, just go, mate, you can do it too. 5 months, it was a long time. I don't know, something just snapped in my brain. It was around my birthday time. I was like, I'm so sick of feeling like this now. Originally, I thought, just keep on working out. Don't worry about the food. You know, It was all about, you know, something internally is happening. It's just not seeing it on the outside. It'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Just give it a go, give it a go, give it a go. And then something just in my head's like, this isn't working anymore. One of the photos, and you've used it as a comparison shot, just looking at it, and I just so sad, sad. And knowing it's not working, too scared to make that step. And then something in my brain just went, enough's enough. I don't want to feel like this anymore. And that was it for me.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to feel like it anymore. And I knew you were there. And I I just went, I have to do something.
Yeah. I
can't live this way. Just to remember speaking to you and how kind you were as well in the thing. And I was just like, he's so good. He's not being pushy. For me anyway. I was like, he's not being pushy. He's been really, really cool. He backed off. He let me do my thing. It was kind of like, you know, when you teach a child, like you let them do their own thing and then they get hurt or something happens and you're like, see, I told you so. Like, you know, sometimes I sit there and wish I started earlier. I wish I met you earlier, but it wasn't the right time.
Yeah.
February wasn't the right time. It was after my birthday. The year that I'd had previously was just rubbish. Like horrendous. I hated that year. Spoke about it last time in the podcast as well. It was a really, really tough year. And then, all of a sudden I was just like, can't feel this way anymore. Sick of feeling in the dumps. Just want to be better. I want to feel more confident. I want to feel more energetic. I want to lift heavy stuff. And now I do.
You are doing that, yeah.
And now I do.
Yeah.
And just feel confident and just wear the clothes that I want to wear and just not be so in my head about how I look. And it's a massive thing for a woman, especially in my vintage now. I don't know. That was my change. I just snapped in my head. I was like, enough's enough.
It does take quite often a moment like that of just like it's not really a breaking point, but it's like, because it's obviously, if you're using it in the right way, it is like the start of a transformation. But it takes that point of being like, no, enough is enough. Whether it's something happens or you think a certain way, like, right, okay, you know, I'm going to do this now. And as long as some people can take that and then they can sort of go in a bit of a spiral, but as long as you're taking that and being like, right, I'm at this low point, if you can catch yourself and just be like, right, okay, I'm feeling like this. Why am I feeling like this? Where do I want to get to? How am I going to get there? And then you just sort of go. As long as you've got the right plan in place and you're putting one foot in front of the other, then you're going to achieve it. You know, it's other people. Look, you were trying for so long with plans on not achieving results. So what did that feel like for you when you then were starting to see the results?
Oh my God, it's working.
That must have been a weird like change though, from like being so used to putting in work and not seeing results to then putting in work and seeing results.
Crazy. I'd look at because we take our weekly photos, right?
Yeah.
And I'd look at the photos, I'm like, oh my God, those like little bits in my back. My back was like killing me. Yes, my stomach as well. But my back, I could see the creases and I'm like they're going away and everything's feeling looser now. Like it's just like a little party. It's just like, keep going. What can you do next? Keep going.
Yeah.
What's the next step? When's the next photo? I can see differences. Like, it's insane. It's just like a little party. Honestly, every day. And you just want to get better and better and better. And like, just looking at the progress photos.
That's a big one, right?
It was huge.
Yeah.
I remember just sending them and I'm like, yeah. And even the first week, it's kind of strange, like seeing that first week change. And then I had it in my head, I won't lie, like, you know, how much I wanted to lose. We talked about it even the first 6 months. And you know what? I was close, but not where I like, you know, how much you wanted to lose in 12 weeks. And then I was looking at the photos going, damn, like I'm getting really good. And then it just kept on getting better and better and better. Just knowing I'm putting in the work and, you know, enjoying the foods that I'm eating and, you know, telling you, like coming to you for stuff. A lot of people wouldn't understand the mindset of, oh, I'm really struggling today. Or people would be like, it's fine. What do you mean? Or I would get a lot of, what do you mean? What do you mean you're losing weight? You're not supposed to. Like, you're not supposed to, but you don't even look big. What are you talking about? And just coming to you and telling you, and then you would be like, yeah, people do that. It's okay. This is okay to feel this way.
Yeah. That's a big one as well.
Huge.
Yeah. Other people's reactions to your goals or your progress, whatever it is. It's like, oh, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? But no, it's not about other people. It's great when people give you compliments. Obviously that makes you feel good, but you got to really listen to yourself. What are your goals? What do you want to achieve? Like, don't listen to other people for that stuff. Like, no.
And that's the thing though, like it's very hard when people see you going through that shift. They might not think, like, it's a big struggle with foods and stuff like that. It's not that people want the bad thing for you. I know that. It's just they don't understand why you want to do it in the first place.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
They can do what they need to do, but you know, you just do what makes you feel happy. Like,
that's literally it.
And like, even, you know, after to the last shoot, people were like, oh my God, wow. And I'm like, yeah. I didn't not believe you, but I wasn't confident in myself. I didn't feel good.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why I took the steps that I took.
First of all, people ask why you're doing it. Why are you doing that, Vanessa? Why are you doing that? But then they ask how.
How?
Like, how have you done that? Tell me.
There's this great guy called Jack. Jack Hart Fitness, the great brand. But yeah, it's really, really cool. And then some people, like, they may not have signed up with you, but they're doing their own journeys as well.
You still inspired them, right?
Yeah.
And then that must feel good.
It's cool. It's really, really cool. And it's funny because you sit there and you're like, you remember when you said to me?
Yeah, told you so. What about this year specifically? You know, it's been a year since the last photo shoot. What would you say you're most proud of from this year specifically, would you say?
The muscle building has been pretty cool, doing my half marathon and then finding out I actually beat the time from 10 years ago.
That's insane as well.
Was it 10 years ago? 12, 13 years ago? Yeah, that was insane.
More,
Being consistent. And knowing, like I always had that fear, like I said to you before, I had that fear of going backwards and just, you know, will I put the weight back on again? If I decided to stop with you tomorrow, would I put the weight back on? But knowing like my consistency, my mindset change, that there's too many things for me to be proud of. It's really hard to choose one. The biggest thing is probably the mindset change.
Yeah.
Knowing it's going to be okay, like, you know, obviously with putting on the weight for the muscle building, if I get sick, if I get injured, I know that I can get back up and do it again and not lose everything that I've just done.
Yeah, you've got that confidence, you've got the clarity in what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's super powerful.
It's been pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll just do like the extra half marathon and like beating that time. It was only by like, I think 20 seconds.
Yeah, but that's
I beat
insane.
it.
Yeah, that's really, I bet you weren't expecting that.
No, because I was like saying to you, I think next year I want to do 2 hours 10, or this year actually, 2 hours 10 for my next half. Because I think that's what I did when I was like 30. And I looked it up and it came up and I went, no, I beat it. I beat it already. Let's just get better.
Crazy.
So yeah, having the confidence to do that.
That's
so,
really cool. That's
mindset.
really cool.
That's
also,
great.
as well, big shift for you as well was realizing like how you can build it into your schedule, because obviously you are super busy as well.
Yes.
As are a lot of people, but you are very, very busy. But you've obviously made it work. So was that something that you were conscious of before? Like, were you worried that, you know, you weren't going to be able to do everything, or?
Schedule is kind of crazy. Yes, I do go to the gym when people are still sleeping. I wake up at 3:30 in the morning and I go. But that's what works for me, right? Especially now, like with the kids going to school, Lissy started playing soccer, just trying to fit everything in. Busy weekends, just doing everything. But I made the schedule work for me. And I know that I can actually, you just got to find what works for you. And mine is 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people just sit there and go, you're crazy. Yeah, just making that time. The biggest thing is making that time for you, fitting it in where you can fit it in without it challenging or making it worse for the rest of your family as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You always say, don't pour from an empty cup. Well, my cup gets filled at like 3:30 in the morning, fitting myself in. You know what? I am tired, but who isn't tired these days?
Yeah.
And I also have time for my kids to get them up and do everything that I need to do with them as well.
Yeah, everyone's schedule looks different, right?
Oh,
and
100%.
That's what works well for you.
Yeah.
And you've obviously got lots of responsibilities, work, family, but you're making it work. And now you know the value of setting that time aside for yourself and the value it brings to you, putting that time into work on yourself so you can feel better for those other areas.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
then now you know that feeling, you're always going to just keep doing it. You're like, right,
always.
Why wouldn't I want to feel good, right?
You got to make time for you. If you want your goals, you will do it. Like, I've got 2 kids. I've now got a puppy. I've got a household to run as well. I've got a job to do. We can all do it, you know.
What would your advice be to someone who maybe was in a similar position to you, who's like listening to this and they're like, this all sounds great, but I'm just like, I'm not happy with where I'm at right now. Maybe they were feeling like exactly how you were feeling, not happy when they're looking in the mirror, not happy in their clothes. Like, what would you say to that person?
Choose your heart, because no matter what, if you're feeling uncomfortable, that's hard. But if you sit there and take that step and do something for you to make yourself feel better, whether it be like losing weight or, you know, going on a fitness journey, that's going to be hard too. But choose your heart. In a year from today, would you want to look back and go, I wish I started a year ago? And that's my biggest advice. Like, that's always been in the back of my mind. A year from today, will I look back and be, I should have started back then? Or, hey, check out where I am now.
So many people, they're not happy with how things are are right now,
Yeah.
but they're just like in the cycle, like, oh, okay, I'm not happy today, but they're not even really thinking ahead.
No.
If you can think ahead and be like, right, actually, what do I want to achieve in my life? Like, what do I want my life to look like?
Yeah.
Think about that positive, but also think about that second path of like, right, if I don't make these changes, what is my life going to look like?
Yeah.
And that's obviously like the crossroads you came to in that moment where you were thinking about those different paths.
Yeah.
But I would definitely agree with you and just say like the same thing. If someone's struggling right now, they just really need to look at those paths and be like, right, where do I want to get to? What happens if I don't change? You got to think about that too. It's not nice to think about, but you do need to think about it as well.
You do. And like, you know, I've had those year from now, like every single year. I'm 43 this year. I've been on this roller coaster journey since I was, you know, younger lass than 20. But I've had that year from now and just gone, oh, I wish I started a year ago. I wish I just did this, you know, like I said to you before, sometimes I wish I started with you earlier, but I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
But, you know, now
Everything happens for a reason.
everything happens for a reason and it's just worked, like, you know, and I'm really happy with where I'm going. And I know that there's another goal for a year's time.
Yeah,
And
you're on the path.
and I'm on that path now, but I chose my heart, and my heart definitely wasn't going to be sitting on the couch feeling uncomfortable in myself anymore.
Love it.
Losing my confidence, giving power to people that don't deserve my power. There's people in this life that will put you down. Want to give them that power anymore, or do you just want to take that step and get your own power?
Yeah. Love that.
Take it back.
Love that. Love that. Well, yeah, Vanessa, look, it's been awesome talking through that today and really looking forward to the photo shoot tomorrow as well. But yeah, I know that would have been super, super helpful for everyone listening. Obviously, you've absolutely smashed it, and picking your brains and like hearing about everything that you've learned, and you're going to be inspiring a lot more people, I'm sure, along your journey. So yeah, thanks for coming on.